Welcome everyone, this is Everyone Loves Pirates, and I'm here with my buddy Red Talon. Say hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So we are playing some Space Engineers in a multiplayer, and I'm going to let Red Talon tell you guys about what the plan is.
Okay, so this is basically, we're not doing like a challenge or anything. This is basically the first time we are doing a survival thing together on video, so we just wanted to keep it simple. So basically, our plan is to, we're on a safe environment. There's no meteors, but we have cargo ships, and we are basically just going to build a large ship with everything we need to survive, and, also have some luxury stuff on there too, so it looks nice. And then we're going to take that ship to a different asteroid system, which has meteors and hostilities and all that stuff. And we'll just have fun with it, see what we can build, see if anything happens. But yeah, it's going to be pretty relaxed. We're just going to shoot some ideas and try to make a nice big ship.
I like it.
Yeah.
So there you go, subscribers. Finally, some more Space Engineers. Hope you like it.
Yeah. So
And,
first thing we should probably do is just scrap these things, because I'm not going to use
Good
them.
call.
By the
And
way,
I recommend everyone, if you're not aware of Red Talon, to check out his channel. It'll be linked in the description. He's got some good Space Engineer stuff on there as well.
Yeah,
If
thank
you
you
like
very
the
much.
game.
I've been meaning to put more up, but I'm just blanking on ideas, and I didn't want to do survival on my own, so this is actually a good opportunity too. But for the people watching, we have enabled the fastest welding speeds, which they have put in
Yes.
recently, and it's really just to make everything convenient. It's like just having everything be slow or having small, like containers, like like ability to only carry a small amount of things at once, really just makes things tedious. It's kind of like artificial gravity. So it's nice to just relax and actually build stuff. But we are playing in survival.
Yes, this is the thing I've looked forward to the most. And I haven't played Space Engineers in a while, but so excuse me if I do anything stupid. But yes, fast grinding and welding will be nice for you guys. So I'm just going to put everything I grind into the assembler for you, since we don't have a box to store stuff in.
Yeah, we're gonna actually work on that first. So if you can't probably see me right now, but I went to the asteroid and I basically got to the top of it and dug a hole straight down. And what I'm gonna do is just make a little. I hit a vein, so I'm basically just gonna use this to mine stuff out.
Cool. So we want to make a cargo box. Is that part of the plan?
Yeah, I should probably make a large one, just anywhere on or under the station, and then connect it via conveyors.
Okay, so in that case, we're probably going to need some of that silicone that I did see on that asteroid when we first started up. What do we have for the large container? One display. Only one display. Awesome. Okay. 8
Okay.
motors. We should probably got those from the landing gears. The computers might be hard to come by, possibly. Construction components and interior plates.
We have a couple of computers now. We should have enough just to make anything basic. Also,
We need 6.
Well, we have 100. But I ran
Oh,
into
nice.
that problem. I told you before we recorded. There's an odd problem with the update. They changed the way cargo containers and stuff work because now there's a search function. But there's an odd problem where you can't just simply place things in or take things out of it. You have, like, you know how usually when you play the game you can just double click it and the items will go into the container. But I just went to put the stuff in the refinery, and the refinery was at the bottom of the list for some reason, so I had to actually manually drag everything into it, which,
Have you
it's
tried shift clicking things to move them over? Because I did
Yeah.
that to put stuff in and it worked to just put it into the assembler, but
yeah, it's a thing that works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. It's like not an intentional thing. I think it's pretty clearly just a problem with the conveyor system right now. So it's
got it.
So it's kind of tedious to have to put everything in manually, but it's not too big of a deal. It's just if you're actually playing the game along with us, you'll probably notice it too. And I'm just letting you know that we're all experiencing it, so don't worry.
Yeah. Remember, folks, this is early access.
Yeah, but
Stuff
it's
like that will happen.
it's very good early access because they are constantly updated.
It really is. This is the most amazing early access game I've ever played.
Yeah,
By
like early access is actually kind of making a good comeback. Well, early access is relatively new, but the whole concept of the alpha and everything, because until recently, people have been making alphas of games all the time, and then they've just used that opportunity to never actually finish their game. Like, I hesitate to say Minecraft, because I know a lot of people like that game, but it basically said, like, oh, this is just an alpha, one day it's gonna be finished, and 3 or 4 years later, it's the same game, but with very minor tweaks. It's still basically the same stuff. And yeah.
Minecraft did start that. It's kind of like, I grew up in the day where, like, playing a beta of something was helping people. You never were charged to play a beta of a game. In fact, most everything I played was shareware to start with, so everything had demos. I mean, God forbid you play something, or you buy something without having played it first.
Oh yeah. Like,
now you pay for beta access, basically.
Fun fact, the reason the huge companies that make games don't make demos anymore is literally because they felt if people played the game beforehand, they wouldn't like it and they wouldn't buy it.
Yep.
So that's why demos don't exist anymore.
And to be honest, that is pretty much true.
Yeah. But yeah, like until recently, there's been a big trend with just making a game an alpha, and then, you know, it is nice that you actually are funding the company, but the problem is that the company gets the money right away, and certain people will decide to just, oh, I got the money for the game. They are for the most part satisfied. I can just stop, and then they do.
Yeah, there's unfortunately been a few of those.
Yeah. But a lot of games coming out recently have actually been doing really good. Starbound was a very buggy mess at first, but it's very stable. They added quite a few things. Recently, they haven't really updated too much, but there's still some stuff we're working on. And obviously, this game updates once every week with something big.
I didn't realize they updated that frequently.
Well, I mean, this game's basically.
Oh, this game. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Not Starbound. Starbound, they did actually update every day right when it came out for like 2 weeks, and it was insane because the characters were constantly getting deleted because they kept changing the system. And it was kind of annoying, but you had to understand that it was like extremely beta, early access type of thing.
Yeah.
But now it's extremely stable. Like pretty much a month after the game was released in beta, they basically just said, yeah, we're never going to delete a character or world again. We basically just had to make sure that the system was working properly. I recommend checking out Starbound for anybody watching. It is a fantastic game, and you should also download a creative mod of it if you just feel like going around and building stuff. You'll have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, until Space Engineer is actually my, I thought the biggest kind of early access success story for me personally was Prison Architect, because it was updated basically every month and had huge updates and added a lot to the game, and it was playable in its original form as well.
That's actually one I played right away for like 60 hours, and I actually haven't played it in about maybe half a year. I know they added certain things, but I haven't really seen them. Like before, when I played, they hadn't added the ability to expand your map or a lot of the newer stuff. It was basically just the very first version of the game. Speaking of that, I actually, when I bought this game, it was before they had actually really updated it all. Like, I was extremely early into Space Engineers, and I just love all the new stuff they had. But it's kind of funny because my first like 60 hours of this game, literally just building stuff and crashing it into stuff, because I was so impressed with the destructibility and how well it worked.
Yeah, when I first saw that, like, I first started up the game and it shows the ships crashing into each other, and I was like, yes, this is what I wanted.
They knew
exactly what I wanted.
They knew what the people demanded, and it was explosions.
Like, because I really did enjoy Minecraft, but it was just, you know, like, I wanted destructive voxels, and this game gave it to me.
Yeah, I kind of said something negative about Minecraft, but don't let that deter anybody. I have played that game more than almost any game. It is a lot of fun. I just didn't like a lot of the development behind it, but I've had plenty of fun with it, and I had plenty of... Oh, God!
Oh, sorry! Oh, you ran right in front of me! Well, here's the first death, folks.
I guess I gotta check both ways before crossing space.
Especially with me around.
Oh, hey, me. How you doing? You looking at your feet?
Holy crap, it's a ghost!
Hey, it's my drill. I'm taking it. But, Oh yeah, with Minecraft, I was I love the mods. There were some extremely crazy mods that actually they had some Space Engineer style stuff to it. You could build ships that actually worked with certain mods, but the developers they did it was a few months ago. They probably fixed it by now, but they changed the actual engine of the game to make the game run better. But it made every single mod that had ever been made for the game incompatible, and even like 3 months after that update, nobody could figure out how to actually put mods back into the game. Like on the clock, like around the clock, modders were still trying to fix it. So it was kind of a big, just kind of a big punch to the face to everybody who actually liked the mods because they just couldn't use them anymore. Hopefully they fixed it by now. I haven't actually played the game since then.
Yeah, I've only played once since, because I had the same issue. Like, you get to the point with Minecraft after a while, you just have to play it with mods.
Oh yeah.
You've done everything else there is to do in the single player and get any kind of joy out of it. And then yeah, basically I was playing on servers. I was running my own server, and I think we talked about this before, but the guys I was playing with, they would update immediately, so they couldn't play on the server until the server updated, so I had to wait for Bucket to update, and then then there'd be another version out, and it just got ridiculous. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, and coupled with the fact that Minecraft by default would not let you actually go back to an earlier update. You had to actually
Right.
go to a shady torrent online and hope that it wasn't full of viruses.
Yeah, so they did change all that. Like now you can go back, but I've only played really once. Some buddies started up a server and I checked it out. And there was some cool stuff. Rode a horse and yeah, but I was just kind of. They had a short attention spans as well, so it kind of didn't last very long.
I always do too. Whenever I played Minecraft, I'd always have a good idea. Like I'm gonna make a dungeon with traps in it, and then I'll make like a hallway with like a dart trap. And I'm like, okay, that's enough fun. I'll do something else now. Mostly, I did like architecture. Like I spent like a week. I made like a giant hotel with like a secret like horror video game death dungeon under it, and it took me like a week, and there was no functionality to it. It was all just looks, and I thought it was awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I don't mind like I have short attention span with stuff too, but like when someone else is running the server and they're just like, oh, I'm done with this, and they like delete the server or whatever. And it's like, wait, but I had stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of was like, I'm really only playing this if I can run the server. I don't trust people to not delete all my hard work before I'm done with it. I'm just on the edge of the gravity field here. I'm trying to get into the gravity field.
Let me see if I can extend it. I don't know if it's at the max already. My dead body is still there, just looking at me. It's creepy. No, it's at the max. So.
I figured it. Probably
If you,
was.
since it's lossless, we wouldn't actually lose any parts. If you really needed to, we could move it into like the middle of this area, or even somewhere closer if you just want to put the gravity field more over that way.
Actually, you know what? It's probably fine for now because
Okay.
I'm just getting sidetracked with silver when I really was supposed to be looking for silicon.
Well, you want to get at least a tiny bit of everything. Like
Yeah.
with certain ones, you only need like one little handful of it, and then you're good to go forever. But if you don't have it, then you're just screwed until you can actually find it.
Do we need more uranium anytime soon? Obviously, eventually we will, but is it a priority at all?
Let me. Well, we destroyed the cockpit, so I can't tell how much energy we have left.
Right.
But we have 0.11. Yeah, we need at least a little bit.
Oh, there's a silicon.
So yeah, this probably, if we're gonna actually use the refinery, this is only gonna last for maybe 10 more minutes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I recommend getting another one. So right now, I'm just actually making some small ship parts, and then we'll actually go ahead and build some stuff out of it.
Oh, did I just find a hole? I need lights. I forgot that my suit had lights. Excellent.
When we make a small ship, you could actually just attach a spotlight to one of them. It helps if you're trying to mine things.
I always forget that my suit has stuff too.
Actually, speaking of which, would you like to, instead of making a welder ship first, would you like to just make a mining ship, and then one of us could mine while the other did something?
That might not be a bad idea.
Okay, so right now I'm just building stuff in the assembler. what do we have in here? We have iron and... Okay, that's basically it. All we have is iron. Okay. So I will try to make a just bare bones small ship. And try not to run me over, because I'm carrying basically everything we have at the moment.
I can't promise anything. But now, you should be able to loot stuff if I did kill you, though, right? If your body stayed around, can we loot the stuff off your corpse?
I haven't tested it yet, but yeah, you should be able to, but I don't know if it keeps everything or only certain things, so I just want to be careful.
Yeah. Sure, careful.
I'm just gonna keep extra far away from you for a little bit.
Well, as anyone who's viewed my channel, or, you know, Talon knows as well, I'm used to having the gravity set really low, too, on my bases, so I just come flying in at full speed and turn off my jetpack, which is what I did in that case. Luckily, I was going horizontal and didn't kill myself as well when I hit, but...
Oh, God. Good. That's a good reminder. I'm actually setting it down. Also, I set it to reverse for a second, so I just went into the sky. Okay, let's see.
That's why those rocks went flying up.
Point 10 is actually a bit too low, because then I just float off a bit. Let me just adjust.
Yeah, honestly, and I find it like point 2, at least personally, I have a really hard time jumping. Like, there's not enough gravity to actually push off.
Yeah.
So if you like to jump, maybe 0.25 or 3 or something like that might be better.
Yeah, I always keep it at 0.1 Gs because I like to keep things simple, but then I always forget that I die if I fall more than like 10 feet.
And of course, it's nice to save our limited amount of fuel as well. It's not working as hard.
Yeah.
Which is the first reason why I ever did that. And I was like, oh, great, now I won't kill myself when I go crazy.
Yeah. Funny thing is, more recently, my with the gravity thing, I haven't had any troubles like falling down, but I forget that momentum works every direction, so I'll like be careful jumping down, but then I'll run into an asteroid at maximum speed and die instantly. I go, oh yeah, that's how that works.
Okay, so I got a ton of silicone. And decent amount of silver, possibly. I'm not really sure how much that was. Probably not a lot, actually. I'll throw the iron in there. And I don't really know what to do with the stone.
Just put it in there. We'll put it in an actual cargo container when we build one.
I'll get some uranium now just to make sure. Like, it feels bad. I feel bad turning stone into gravel when we don't even need it, wasting energy.
Well, gravel can be used to make reactor components, but for the most part, yeah, it is useless, at least for right now.
So that uranium is outside the gravity field. Is there any other uranium?
Okay, so I'm actually making a small mining ship right now, and the cool thing is, ore uses small conveyors, so I don't actually have to make a huge system of large conveyors on the ship. I can keep it simple.
Well, then maybe we don't need the uranium if you're going to do the mining ship. Or should I grab some now while I'm here?
We want to, well, like, we're already at half of what we had like 2 minutes ago. We need enough to keep the station alive, and we'll actually need enough to keep the ship powered, too. So just get, like, maybe, like, 10 or 20 rocks of it. And now I remember what I need to do. I need to make interior plates.
Uranium, there it is.
Wow, we have plenty of iron now.
Yeah, I mined a pretty good amount, too. The gravity mining is great. If you guys have never done that before, viewers, it's amazing. Especially when you're using the hand drill. It's really the only way to use the hand drill, because when they fly away, it's very frustrating for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Usually what I do with when you have to 0G grind for stuff, because you know, like when you're just like early on the game and you need like magnesium and it's only in an asteroid that's all the way over there, you a good way to do it is actually dig into the asteroid and then dig into it at an angle when you hit the veins, so when the rocks pop out, they just go into the tunnel you made. They won't go into space, so they're very easy to get.
Yeah, you're a lot smarter than I am.
It's kind of hard to explain via words. Just imagine digging into an L shape.
Yeah, make a maze so that the rocks can't find their way out.
Those crafty rocks.
They are. They're crafty little buggers, and it drives me insane when I see them just floating slowly through space. Like, I have to pick them up.
They're just waiting for you to drill them. I'm free!
But then I run into them at like full speed, and miss picking it up, and then it goes flying into space at like 100 miles per hour.
I'm also trying to remember if the smaller rocks actually carry enough mass to actually hurt you. I know the larger ones do,
Yeah.
but I'm always worried about running into the rock and having it kill me.
I almost did that thing that I told you about before, when I didn't know what to do with the stone and we don't have any place to store it, and I just like, I don't want to put this in the refinery. Oh, I'm just gonna drop my 8,000 K of of stone. It's like, oh wait, a huge boulder comes out if I do that and crashes through your station.
Oh hey, speaking of which, the cargo containers are out for the small ship, so you can just put them in there since it's gonna be full of rocks anyway.
Nice. I will do that. Well, actually, I just threw the refinery. I just threw a bunch of uranium in the refinery as well. So
Okay.
we should be set for a long time.
Okay. You should probably come over here real quick just so I can kind of explain what I usually do with my ships.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. So sorry, folks. I told Talon to record as well, and he's building cool stuff while I'm just mining into an asteroid.
Yeah. For now, I just wanted to keep it from perspective, but
access denied.
Oh. Okay. Well, oh yeah, it's because I just built it.
Give me access.
Let me go ahead and do that. But I just wanted to explain kind of how it works because I set it to me and share with faction.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, like usually what I do is for every single thing, like be it welders, grinders, or drills, I will build these medium cargo containers and then connect them. Now with the drills, they use the small ones, but for everything else, they use the large ones that you see on the side. So basically, it would have to be flipped facing the other way.
Yeah.
But that's usually what I do, because then they just connect directly to each other, and they basically just share all their inventory, which makes things much simpler. With the welders and grinders, these small ones here won't actually transfer parts. They only transfer ore. So that's when you have to actually connect everything with conveyors. So for people watching, that's a pretty good strategy to use. When we actually do build a grinder and welder, I'll show it off more better. Just how to actually connect them. But for here, you can keep it really simple. Just put 3 of them together and then actually connect the drill to the front of it.
Yeah, that's good to know stuff, because yeah, if you're building something modular, especially, you got to make sure that you're using the big stuff to transfer between modules.
Yeah, for a long while I was actually really into modular ships, but I found they're actually pretty inconvenient now because you have to actually transfer the items you get between them. So now I try to actually just make a compact ship that has both grinders and welders on it, and then I'll just make a drill ship as its own thing. It actually works out a lot better.
Yeah. I do love them if you're really low. If you're playing a survival, like my Empty Space Survival or something like that, or your own where you start with basically nothing, you need to be really, really conservative with your use of materials. They're good for that. But at some point you find that you have more materials than you know what to do with, and then yeah, you might as well just build separate ships. Much more convenient. Okay, so you're building that. You need any help welding it, or should I build something else as well?
I'm thinking this is probably gonna be really quick because I don't have to make conveyors, so I'm just gonna make like a cockpit and enough thrusters and stuff to power it. But that's basically it. All I'm trying to do is make this thin and short enough so that you can actually tunnel through things with it. I'm probably just gonna keep just this 3x1 thing, and then I'll just try to make it flat.
Cool. Well, actually, this is probably a great place to put a break in our very first video. So once again, folks, if you like what you've seen, give the video a like so we know that we should continue to do this. Leave us some comments, and yeah, check out Talon's channel as well. It'll be in the description if you want to see some more Space Engineers stuff.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, any other words?
Just that we should move on because our ship's actually out of power now.
Oh, yeah, it totally is. So
next time, will they find the power?
Yes. Will they survive? Will the ship get built? Are there brain-eating slugs around the next corner? Tune in and find out. All right, see you later, folks. Say bye, Talon.
See you in 10 seconds.